How we doing today, folks? My name is Josh, and this is USC Trojans Forever, a fan page, because I love USC football. We're going to go ahead and talk about, in this episode, Week 1, September 2nd, against Western Michigan, the Buffaloes. USC has some pretty nice key matchups on the schedule. Stanford in Los Angeles, which could be a game that could cement the rest of their season going forward, or it could be a trap game. You never know. And then, out of conference matchup between Texas. This is the doozy that I had on my calendar marked. I cannot wait. And then on your typical rivalry with Notre Dame. And then those ugly, soft weirdos from Westwood, the Ruins, come for the last game of the season to Los Angeles. But let's go ahead and move on to our Week 1 opponent, the Western Michigan Broncos. WMU won 13 games last year and suffered only one loss to the Wisconsin Badgers. That game finished up 24-16. The Broncos had a solid defense, and quarterback Zach Terrell had some talented weapons to rely on. Wide receiver Keon Adams and star wide receiver Corey Davis. Davis is the team's all-time receiving leader, ending his collegiate career with an astonishing 5,006 yards. And since their bowl game, their head coach PJ Fleck has taken a job in the Big Ten and moved on to coach the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Upon his departure from the team had lost 3 players to the NFL. Corey Davis went in the first round to the Tennessee Titans. Offensive lineman Taylor Moton went to the Carolina Panthers in the second round. And wide receiver Keon Adams went in the 7th round to the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Broncos are not expected to be easy prey. But if rolled by USC, it'll just show how dangerous this USC Trojans team led by Coach Helton could really be on their visit to the Coliseum. WMU is expected to have a strong pass rush, but not expected to be a problem for the men of Troy. Last season, the USC Trojans were a 16.5 favorite in their home opener against Utah State in the Coliseum. Utah State is a team with far less successes than Western Michigan has in recent memory, but the Trojans still are a 19-point favorite. The USC Trojans are riding high, coming off an amazing win over a stout Penn State team from the Big Ten. Penn State, having won the Big Ten, proved to be a tough opponent for the USC Trojans. It was an epic game that went down to the wire and had many USC and Penn State fans alike on the edge of their seats. USC nudged out the victory over the Big Ten champions 52-49. Sam Darnold went 33 of 53 for 473 yards. Between the two high-powered offenses, there was a whopping 1,141 yards of total offense, the second most in a Rose Bowl ever, just shy of the current record at 1,167 yards. The 473 yards thrown by Sam Darnold, USC's redshirt freshman, is the most ever by one player in the Rose Bowl, topping Vince Young's 467 in 2006. The USC Trojans and the Nittany Lions, these two teams put up another record in the Rose Bowl for a combined score of 101 points. The previous high was 83 points in a matchup between the Oregon Ducks and the Wisconsin Badgers. 52 points is USC's third highest score in a bowl game all time. With their season opening opponent in Western Michigan, and them also having their star wide receiver move on to the NFL, it is safe to say that the USC Trojans will be ready. USC also lost some players to the NFL draft, as they do every year. The 2017 draft class was a monumental one for the USC Trojans. The men of Troy had their 80th first rounder taken and set another record over all the other NCAA, with not only the first team to reach 500 players, but setting the bar at 502 players. This was the 79th draft class, where USC had at least 5 players selected. The Tennessee Titans selected USC's cornerback, Adoree Jackson. Adoree Jackson, being Tennessee's third ever USC Trojan selected, and Adoree Jackson also chose to wear number 25, worn by USC all-time great LenDale White. Juju Smith-Schuster went in the second round to the Pittsburgh Steelers. the very same Pittsburgh Steelers squad as USC legends Lynn Swann, who is a Hall of Famer, and Troy Polamalu. Juju Smith-Schuster joins arguably the best wide receiver in all of the NFL in Antonio Brown. And with Juju's insane stiff-arming skills, he has been said to resemble Hines Ward. USC also had other players. Zach Banner, he went in the first round on day 3 to the Colts. Leon McQuay, with the 218th pick, went in the 6th round and became USC's 500th pick drafted. Stevie Tuikulevatu, a Utah graduate transfer, he went in the 7th round, and Damian Mamba ended up with the Kansas City Chiefs. In recruiting, USC reloaded like USC always does, with the nation's number 4 recruiting class and the Pac-12's number 1 class. USC signed 25 players, 4 and 5 stars, looking to take the 2017 season by storm. They are favored by Vegas to win the Pac-12 South and their first Pac-12 title since coming off of very harsh NCAA sanctions. Many have the men of Troy as one of 4 teams to make the 2017 college football playoff. Sam Darnold is also the nation's early Heisman favorite going into Week 1. For the USC Trojans, their 2016 schedule was slated as the number 1 most difficult schedule in all of college football, and it sure had its ups and downs along the way. They suffered a defeat to the Alabama Crimson Tide, came back the following week and beat a very poor Utah State team, and then stumbled to Stanford and then Utah. Going forward, USC won their next 9 games straight, and then they got their 10th, defeating the Big Ten champions in the Nittany Lions. Looking at the 2017 schedule, it doesn't appear to be as difficult as the 2016 schedule. No number 1 Alabama Crimson Tide, of course. You swap them out with the Texas Longhorns Week 3. USC then gets Western Michigan for Week 1. And then the following week is the week in question, where many wonder, will USC trip itself? Or will this be the team that we seen and fell in love with in the Rose Bowl? Week 2, September 9th, Stanford, the team in question, comes to the Coliseum. Many of us look forward to see if that'll be the trademark game to set the team going forward at full steam, or will it be the team's first dose of adversity? What do you think? Please like, comment, and share, and tune in next week as I continue to dive headfirst into the 2017 football schedule for the USC Trojans. The next video will cover September 9th's matchup with USC foes from the north, the Stanford Cardinal. So how do you think this will go down? No Christian McCaffrey? Or does Kevin Sumlin reload like USC does? Thank you for watching. My name is Josh. This is USC Trojans Forever. And remember to always fight on, and we are...